doing some 4th of July desserts. I have 4 desserts laid out for you in this video. They are all really easy to make, super delicious, and it doesn't take a lot of time to make all these different desserts. So hope that you guys like it. Let's get started. To start us off, we're going to be making a poke cake, a patriotic poke cake. So we're going to need this cake mix. We're really just going to make your cake how the package says to make it. Mine says to make it with 3/4 a cup of water, 2 tablespoons of water as well, 1/4 a cup of vegetable oil or any kind of oil that you prefer, and then 3 egg whites. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Here is my water, 1/4 a cup of oil. I'm going to try and attempt to do these egg whites. Woo. Okay. Always makes me sad, like wasting part of the egg, especially if it's like the best part of the egg. All right, there's the egg whites. Okay, give it a good stir. Okay. All right, I'm gonna spray my pan. I'm just gonna put at the bottom like normal. Just making a cake like normal, and then we'll make it fancy after it's done cooking. All right, so there's that. This says to cook it at 350 for about 23 to 28 minutes, so I'll see you then. All right, the next thing that we're going to do, now that our cake is done, we're going to get started on some strawberry Jell-o. So this is for the poke cake, the poke part of it, I guess. So we need to get this started. So I need 1 cup of boiling water. So I'm going to put our water in here until it's boiling, and then we will stir in our gelatin. All right, so now it's up to a boil. I'm just going to stir this in real quick. Okay, I'm just going to stir this for a couple minutes. All right, we need to poke holes in this cake. So here's my best attempt. Do y'all see this? This is my best attempt at trying to poke holes. So I'm just going to use this thing. This is completely cooled off. This has been cooling for several hours now. So I'm going to go ahead and pour in my Jell-o. It's going to make this like super, super moist. Alright, there we go. So I have my Cool Whip. I'm going to go ahead and just top this. When I'm done with this, I'm going to stick this in the fridge for several hours because that Jell-o is going to need to set up before we can eat it. Okay. So here's my Cool Whip. Decorate with some sprinkles. I have some festive sprinkles for 4th of July. So I got some blue ones. Woo! Make sure you make a really big mess too. That's my favorite part. When do you not make a big mess when you're using sprinkles? Oh, this looks so pretty. I feel like you could make anything and just put some patriotic sprinkles on there and call it, like, you know, a festive patriotic dessert. Just get some sprinkles. All right, there we go. Here is our absolutely lovely and divine poke cake. We're we're gonna cut into this in a couple hours and yeah, absolutely devour this. We're gonna get started on the crust on our cheesecake. This is not gonna be a traditional cheesecake. This is gonna be more of like a no-bake cheesecake. It's one of my favorites. Absolutely love it. So I have about a cup and a half of some graham cracker crumbs. You can make it yourself from regular graham crackers. I just have like the crumbs right here. So it's in my pantry. I need to use it. So that's what I'm doing today. I also have that's a lot of sugar. I did a third a cup of sugar. And then we're going to have about half a cup. Yes. And then we're going to have about half a cup of melted butter. I might have to add more, kind of depending on where we're at. But I'm just going to give us a good stir. I'm going to use all of that butter. Okay, you just want this a little bit on the crummy side, not just so it kind of sticks together a little bit. You want it workable. I'm gonna get my pie baking dish, pour that at the bottom, making our crust. Okay, I'm just gonna use my hands. That's about good. I'm going to set this to the side and we're going to get started on our cheesecake base. Okay, so we're going to need 2 blocks of cream cheese. And I know Philadelphia is the best, but these work just fine too. They might be like a little bit on the lumpy side just because they don't like spread like Philadelphia cream cheese does, but it tastes the same. Yeah, and it's so much cheaper. Oh my goodness, Philadelphia cream cheese is so expensive. I cannot believe how expensive it is right now. Okay, there's 2 blocks. All right, now we're gonna add 2/3 a cup of sugar. And then we're gonna add some Cool Whip. I'm going to add pretty much this whole thing. I always just kind of eyeball it, but it's usually about the whole container. Okay, now it's time to give this a really good stir. You want to make sure you get that sugar stirred in really well. Okay, it's still pretty thick, so I'm going to go ahead and just add in this little bit of Cool Whip that I have. You could definitely make your own. It's about 4 cups of Cool Whip if you make your own. I'm also going to add in just a little bit of vanilla, about 1/4 of a teaspoon. Give it just a little bit of a flavor. I'm gonna put this in my pie. It's gonna be really thick, just so you guys know. Sorry if you guys hear my kids. They're playing in the backyard. Our backyard is super close to my kitchen. But it's summertime, so they are playing in the pool, living their best life. Oh, to be a child again. Okay, and like I said, this is going to be super thick. So if you're making this and you're like, man, this is so thick, it's totally normal. You want it to be thick. It's going to have a really rich flavor. If you don't like things like super rich, you can always add a little bit more Cool Whip, and it's not going to give it that rich flavor. My husband's like super sensitive to like things that are super rich. I'm like, bring on the sugar. I love it. Oh, not good for me, but sure do like it. I like things that are rich. Okay. I'm just gonna even this out the best that I can. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now this is done. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in my fridge, and then I'm gonna get started on some fruit because we're gonna layer this with some fruit and maybe just like a little bit of Cool Whip on the sides. I'm not sure what I want to do there, but we're gonna get some fruit prepared. Well, I'm gonna do the best that I can, but I'm not very creative. I'm not very artistic. So I'm gonna try to do more of like a patriotic flag. So I'm gonna try to like assemble these blueberries kind of like to be the stars. Yeah, I'm not very good at this. Okay. I don't know, maybe one more row would be good. Okay. Y'all can decorate however you want. This is how I'm going to do it. So I have some strawberries and some raspberries that I'm going to be using. I think I'll do strawberries and then raspberries. As good as it's gonna get, but it looks super cute, I guess. It's patriotic, that's all that matters. So here's my American flag, y'all. This is gonna be good, and what you can do is, even if you have like the Cool Whip that you can spray, you can spray that on the sides and that make it even look cuter. But this is our 4th of July strawberry raspberry blueberry cheesecake. We are going to be making a cheesecake salad. So the first thing I'm going to need is 1 block of cream cheese. I need 1 package of cheesecake Jell-o mix, pudding mix. Pour that in. We just want the small one, just a 3.5 ounce pudding mix. Alright, and then I'm going to put in 8 ounces of Cool Whip. I'm going to give this a really good stir, get everything combined really nice and smooth. Okay, so it's super, super thick. I don't know if you can kind of see that, but it's really, really thick. I am going to I'm going to go ahead and add in 1 cup of raspberries, 1 cup of blueberries, and then 1 cup of strawberries. And then also I'm going to add in 10 ounces of marshmallows. It's super thick, so it's going to be a little bit of a struggle to get this all mixed and combined, and it's going to take a little bit of time. Okay, I'm going to let this refrigerate for probably just a couple hours, but first I'm going to try it off. I know like once it sets for a couple hours, the marshmallows will get a little bit more soft, but I just can't wait. Okay, look how much this made. This is like a big old container, pretty wide. But yeah, it made tons. It's so pretty. It's so festive. I love it. And it's super good. I like those like seasonal like fruit salads. One of my faves right there. For this dessert, I have some Oreos that I'm going to smash up. I'm going to put them in here and go ahead and smash them up. Now this kind of is like a 4th of July thing. I kind of made it into be a 4th of July dish. But if you wanted to grab some red velvet Oreos, that would be delicious. And that would make it more 4th of July-ish. But we're just going to use these because they are so much cheaper. And in my opinion, they taste the same. So these are the ones that we're going to use. I'm just going to put them in here. Come on now. They're not working with me. Okay. So, I'm just going to smash these up like so. Okay, so I think it's good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get my pan. I'm going to put this at the very bottom. This is going to be our very bottom layer. If you're using a food processor, it's going to work even better. So I definitely suggest doing that. I just don't have like a super big one. And so it takes like several rounds. But, so I'm going to go ahead and get 1 stick of butter, and I'm going to go ahead and melt this in the microwave. Okay, now I have my melted butter, and I'm just going to put on top of the Oreos. Okay, I'm just going to kind of pat this down. Let's see, I think I'll stir it in just a little bit. I just have just a little bit of butter. Actually, it needs some in that corner. There we go. I want it to kind of stick together. So I'm just going to pat this down. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now we have our bottom layer. Okay, we'll set this to the side. I'm going to take a bowl. I need 1 block of cream cheese. A 1/4 cup of sugar. And we have 1 cup. 2 cups. Okay, I have about 2½ cups of Cool Whip. Okay, we're going to give this a good stir. All right, we're going to take this and put it just right on top of our Oreos. Try to be as gentle as I possibly can because I don't want those Oreos to come back up. There we go. Okay, that is a good layer. You just want a very thin layer of that. Okay, because this is pretty rich. So, okay, so there's that. All right, I'm gonna set this to the side. We're gonna get started on some pudding. So I just have an Aldi's brand pudding. I am gonna put the pudding in the bowl. And then I'm just gonna do 1.5 cups of milk. Okay, I'm gonna give this a stir. Okay, I'm gonna put the pudding just right on top. Then spread that out evenly. As evenly as possible. Okay, there's that. Okay, and then I'm going to take some Cool Whip and just put it on top. I like this extra creamy one. That's like my favorite Cool Whip. But I'm just going to go ahead and put this whole container right on top. Alright, that's what it's going to look like. You can put some chocolate chips on top, but I think for this one, let me get a little bit festive, a little bit 4th of July. So I'm just going to add some cute little sprinkles on top. And there we have it. Here is our 4th of July dessert. I think this is technically considered chocolate lasagna, but you can kind of call it whatever. But here it is. Let's dig into it. Here is our chocolate lasagna. I put it in the fridge for about 3 hours. So now we're going to dig into it and see how it's doing. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hope that you guys like these type of videos where I do like seasonal content. I have other material on my channel just like this where I do different type of seasonal stuff. I have a 4th of July one that I did last year that I will show you linked in the description box. So be sure to check that one out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.